something massive just happened in Europe.
What the hell is going on out here? Is the whole world losing power?
This is apocalyptic.
Completely empty.
And while the news is offering one explanation, others believe something much darker is unfolding.
And listen, y'all, if that was like a cyber attack, they probably was testing it out.
So, what really happened in Europe this past week? A freak weather glitch? A cyber weapon? Or something they're not ready to admit?
A major power outage has hit parts of Spain and Portugal, with reports that parts of France were also affected.
On Monday, April 28, 2025, 60 million people lost electricity around 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. This caused trains and subways to evacuate mid-trip, leaving some stranded in the middle of nowhere. At subway stations, some tried to escape through the dark tunnels. Airports came to a standstill, with hordes of people stranded. Cell service went down, meaning no one could contact loved ones. Traffic lights shut down, causing chaos on the streets. Citizens began stocking up on their emergency food supply.
All the water is gone. Wow.
Some stores without generators ran on cash, while customers shopped with their phone flashlight. Some were stuck in elevators.
I've been stuck in this elevator for the last 1 or 2 hours.
And many other things.
Stores, restaurants, all in the dark.
And hospitals were operating off of generators.
People are encouraged to stay home.
Including some areas without running water. During this unexpected situation, citizens reacted in one of three ways: looking for updates by gathering around radios, enjoying a day off, or panic. And panic was a normal response when both Portugal and Spain explained it could take up to a week to restore power. On top of that, they also made this announcement.
A state of emergency was declared in Spain.
And when nighttime fell, the city looked apocalyptic, with candles and car headlights used to navigate the city. The official explanation?
When Portugal released their statement, it confused everyone.
According to Portugal's grid operator, it was initially a rare atmospheric phenomenon.
They say it's extreme temperature variations which caused, I quote, anomalous oscillations in the very high voltage lines, also known as induced atmospheric vibrations.
Right, so that's clear then.
Which begs the question, what on earth does that mean?
In simple terms, sudden temperature changes supposedly caused physical oscillations in power lines, knocking them out of sync with the grid. But there's a problem. Weather conditions that day were described as spring-like and normal. Even experts say they are not familiar with these descriptions. It is not widely used or frequently encountered in power system engineering, which naturally led to conspiracies.
What the hell is going on out here, guys?
Some people argue that it was a cyber attack.
So we have a cyber attack here in Portugal.
But obviously nothing is coming out yet.
Not just Portugal, it's Portugal, Spain. I heard French, Belgium.
And they're probably going to try to paint it as something that it wasn't.
And authorities saying there's no clear indication that this is a cyber attack?
If it was an atmospherical event, then we would know that it had something to do with the spiritual realm. Now, we know it's something deeper than what they're letting off, and it'll probably come out at some point.
Could that be coming to us? To a city near you? Shh! Shut up!
Comments flooded in. It's a test for other countries. I'm scared. They are preparing us for the big reset. All lies. WEF agenda elites test. This frightens me. If their power grid was hacked, we'll probably get hit at some point. I hope it's not a war move. Spain has cancelled orders with a certain country. The EU warned people to stock up provisions. This makes me suspicious. Coincidence it happened on the day of the trial of the President of Spain, his brother. Actually, in March 2025, the European Commission urged member states to encourage citizens to prepare emergency kits capable of sustaining them for at least 72 hours during crises.
Welcome to What's in My Bag Survival Edition.
As for the Prime Minister's brother's trial, the same day the power outage happened, a judge announced he could face trial for abuse of power. That timing led people to think this outage was a distraction, especially in a country with a history of political scandals and public office abuse. But if it wasn't a distraction, and rather a warning, what was coming their way? Some theorize contact with extraterrestrials.
In many instances of major power outages, there have been UFO sightings, including in Portugal and Spain.
So can UAPs knock out power? Well,
in 1968, physicist James E. McDonald testified before Congress that several instances of UFO sightings coincided with power outages.
Coincidentally, he was later found dead in the desert. Spain has actually had UAP sightings recently.
¿Qué coño es eso? Hermano.
A strange formation appeared in the sky as a man was walking home from the pub. They are moving ever so slightly.
And there's even this video from the day of the outage. While it's hard to tell if this is real, it's still a valid possibility. There was also the popular conspiracy of military tech, whether allegedly planned or by accident.
some speculate this military tech and infrasound. They are systems using focused energy like lasers and microwaves. Infrasound refers to sound waves below what we can hear. Infrasound can cause physical vibrations in structures which might disrupt the stability of power lines or equipment.
If it was these sorts of frequencies, that could explain why some citizens were feeling unwell the next day. I live in Spain, and when I woke up that morning, I had a massive headache, which I've never had before. Frequencies cause that too. Know what? In Portugal, my father had a nervous system problem. We went to the hospital, many people with the same problem, and vomiting. And just when it couldn't get more bizarre, NASA released footage of a strange orb-like object near the sun. But as Glamham2 said,
it's a lunar transit, so they say.
At the same time, USA also experienced some outages.
Oh, we got some lights out in Michigan. I don't know if this is what they're doing, testing all of us.
So this is what's going on in Pittsburgh at 10:24 p.m.
Other parts of the world were also hit.
So we are experiencing another power outage in Puerto Rico. I have my candle lit.
It could be weather related, but what if it wasn't? Now, if this was an attack, what could be the potential reason? If there are allegedly future blackouts planned, some conspiracy theorists believe this could be used as electromagnetic warfare.
You're about to see what the people in charge do when the lights are off. And as bad as this is, check the air quality in both countries afterwards.
Eb Bibi Baby even theorized this could be used to manipulate the economy.
Now, this world is connected, and an issue in one country can now affect another country, a whole country. So you're going to see what happens legally. Okay, so people are going to put measures in place now to try and stop us from being as interconnected as we are. Globalization.
On the other hand, religious followers felt this was a prophecy to be fulfilled. 3 days darkness coming. I've had dreams the power goes out and the rapture happens. God will remove the sun and moon. Jesus is coming soon. Despite the initial claim it would take up to a week to restore power, after 10 long hours, power was restored across most of Spain and Portugal. This ruled out at least one theory. But what actually caused it? Power systems expert Jalopy Jockey believes the issue wasn't due to rare atmospheric phenomenon, but a technical chain reaction related to how the power grid is built and managed. Spain and France are connected by a handful of major power lines. One of those may have been taken offline, either due to heavy wind or routine maintenance. With that line out, the remaining lines were forced to carry the load. As more pressure hit the system, everything likely fell out of sync, and eventually, the system collapsed.
So those atmospheric oscillations didn't necessarily cause the blackout. They caused the first line outage that then cascaded into a blackout condition.
Spain's Prime Minister confirmed there was a massive and sudden loss of power just moments before the grid fell. About 15 gigawatts of generation lost in 5 seconds. But the reason for it? He says, specialists have not yet been able to determine. Maybe it really was just a perfect storm of technical errors. We've seen large power outages happen in the past. Or maybe it was something else. A test? A threat? A shift happening behind the scene? One thing is certain. When the lights go out, the truth becomes a lot harder to see. But for now, citizens are safe and back to their daily routines. And some are taking out cash to stay prepared next time. What do you think really happened? Let's talk about it.